Marcus loved to teach, and many of the au pair girls that looked after us benefited enormously from this. He became a trainer for GPs in East Kent early on in his career as Surrey, and had several trainees over from Ireland, many moving on to take up practices locally. They were well regarded. Several students were attached to practice, including my cousin Laura, and they changed their career plans from whichever specialty they favoured to general practice simply through spending time with him. One area where he wasn't good at teaching was cooking. As many of you are probably aware, cooking was never Marcus's strong forte, his strong suit. In fact, I struggle to remember him ever cooking a meal at home as a child. He had, probably undeserved, a reputation of being the only person who could consistently ruin baked beans. Marcus was critical, always critical of everyone's driving, especially mine, and was never really happy being driven, always too fast, or in the wrong lane. So when teaching Madeline to drive, a small incident happened, and forevermore he has moaned that she tried to kill him on the planet way. To be fair, they had ended up on the grass bank after a sharp corner, but he's mentioned it ever since. So we'll consider his driving exploits. There is one occasion he would never live down. He used to drive at weekends and in the evenings, especially if he had equipment or stuff to deliver to the surgery, up the slope into the car park and then up the slope to the main entrance of the surgery, which those of you who know the surgery will remember. And when he finished work, to save a few teaspoonfuls of fuel, he would let the car roll back with the engine turned off into the car park before driving out. One day he bought a Volvo Estate, a much bigger car than he'd previously enjoyed. And of course the Volvo has power-assisted brakes, which don't work if the engine is turned off. You can see this coming. The Volvo rolled down the slope, but it didn't stop, and it went clean over the wall, 3 foot high, bouncing off each corner in the main road. Narrowly missing Clive Metcalfe, son of a friend of ours who happened to be walking up the island road, and he creating an impressive ripple in the roof. He got breathalyzed once, not bad for a teetotaler, when he drove in the bus route around Trafalgar Square with Madeline. To be fair, I'm fairly certain that he never had an accident involving another vehicle, but I guess he didn't need any other vehicles to have an accident. He also kept a clean licence almost for the whole of his life. The only points he ever got, sadly, were breaking the speed limit by 6 miles an hour on the A2 roadworks on the way home on the night before he died. Marcus has always been about Catholic. Even at medical school, he started a chapter of the Legion of Mary. His little group offered services to the community, such as cutting toenails and helping the homeless. After Pauline's death, he even wondered if he should become a priest himself, like his brother. He remained an active member of the Catenians, and I think he was president for a year about 4 years ago. He was proud to be invited to join the Knights of the Holy Sepulchre and was invested in the order on the 1st of December 2007 at St George's Cathedral in Suffolk, a date that stuck very strongly in his mind. He was very proud of this, and he will be buried today in the robes of the Knights. We're delighted today that several of the Knights have come to his funeral today, including 4 members of the Knights who are his guard of honour here. Many of you will remember him as a robust, reliable, honest man whose counsel was valued, and of course he was. But there were sparks of rebellion that showed through, as we've mentioned. The last one I remember was when a member of Round Table, he used to assign the attendance register in Gaelic, using his Irish name and in the Gaelic script. I discovered this many years later when I was secretary of the same round table, and went back through the books and noticed these strange signatures, and somebody had annotated next to it, Marcus Molony. I could go on for a long time, and I could never do justice to my father's life. So, thank you for sharing the memories of Marcus today. He's still fondly remembered for his wisdom and friendliness to all. Almost every day still, people in my surgery, when they come to see me, talk about him, remind me of him and the things they did for them, and ask me to pass him their best regards. His popularity is reflected by the numbers of people who have written and phoned and spoken to us about him who have attended today. We will all miss his wit, his charm, and his storytelling. Thank you all for coming today.